This is also used for buffer as a buffer circuit. In most applications, this is used as a buffer circuit. The reason it is used for a buffer circuit is it has very high input impedance and very low output impedance. So here there is no loading. Here there is no loading. And obviously, one of the features of the op amp is that it has large bandwidth. Ideally, it is infinite, but practically it has a large bandwidth. So features of voltage follower circuit, very high input, very output impedance, large bandwidth, and you know that the gain of the amplifier is 1, and there is no phase shift because it is a non-inverting way of designing the circuit. Okay, now let's move ahead and we move on to the other application of the op amp. There are three very important things that I'm going to discuss here. We are going to talk about the application which is summing. So if there is three voltages, say for example V1, V2, V3, I want to add the three voltages, and when I click an amplifier, there will be some gain that amplifies this voltage. So that is why summing amplifier, I can also use it as an adder, which is the sum of the three input voltages V1, V2, V3. Okay, so this is a very, very important application. One of the very important applications of the op amp, which is either a summing amplifier, and I'm also going to show you how we can tweak the summing amplifier to get the other forms of circuits. Okay, now what is summing amplifier? Possible to apply more than one input to an inverting amplifier. I'm going to first show you inverting amplifier. The same thing can also be done with a non-inverting amplifier, but possible to apply more than one input. When you want this circuit to work like a summing amplifier, what will that circuit do? It will add all these input signals and produce their addition at the output. That is why it is summation. If you have, for example, three signals, V1, V2, V3, and if you design the circuit so that it works like a summing amplifier or an adder, it basically take all these three inputs and add them at the output. This circuit is called as an adder, or it is called as a summing amplifier. It is called an adder or it's called as a summing amplifier. Okay. As I told you, you can design it as an inverting adder. You can design it as a non-inverting adder. The circuit that I'm going to show you is going to be of the inverting adder. Non-inverting adder, I will show you the circuit diagram and I think the derivation up to you, or I'll give you some hints of how to do the derivation. But the adder circuit can be classified as inverting and it can be classified as non-inverting. Okay, look at this circuit now very, very, very carefully. Okay, this is the circuit of a summing amplifier. I will also show you how to convert it to an adder. This is the inverting input. This is your non-inverting input. Your non-inverting is grounded. Your non-inverting input is grounded. This is B is grounded. So if there is a voltage V1 here, it is going to be 0. So V2 here is also going to be 0. But look at the inverting input. In this case, I have applied three voltages, V1, V2, V3. V1 is connected to a resistance R1. V2 is connected via the resistance R2. V3 is connected via the resistance R3. And let us assume that I1, I2, I3 are the currents through R1, R2, R3 respectively. This is IB. That is the current that is going into the base of the op amp. Op amp is idle, infinite input impedance, the current is 0. So what happens at this junction is part of the current flowing here and part of the current is IF, which is your feedback current that is flowing through RF. Again, understand this circuit. I am working in the inverting mode. I am working in the inverting mode. So your non-inverting terminal is grounded. Your inverting terminal has more than one input signal. Has more than one input signal, V1, V2, and V3. In this case, I'm taking an example, three signals, V1, V2, V3. R1 is a resistor with I1 is the current flowing through it. R2 is another resistor with I2 is the current flowing through it. R3 is a resistor with I3, the current flow through it. Now at this junction that you have IB, So IB 0. So what is here? IB is 0, and this is the current, that is your IF. Now I'm going to do the addition in the exactly same way I have done. So what I'm now going to do is I'll write something here, but I'll write it again here. I'm going to say I1 plus 2 plus I3, which are the three currents, is equal to IB plus IF. This is my one of the derivation. I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IB plus IF. This is 0. So I will have I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IF. Now, individually, do it again there. I want to show you one step. What is I1? I1 is the voltage at this end of the resistor, V1, minus the voltage at this end of the resistor, which is 0. See, this is V1. This is V1. V1 is grounded. So if I say, suppose this voltage here is V2, this voltage here is V2. So I call it as V2 divided by R1. Similarly, I2 will be V. Similarly, I2 will call it V2. I will call it as VI. Okay, I will call it as VY because V2 is here. So it is V2 minus VY divided by R2. And similarly, I3 will be V3 minus VY divided by R3. And what is your IF? IF is VI. It is the voltage at this end of the resistor minus the voltage at this end of the resistor, V0 divided by RF. And then the idea is that I'm going to simplify this. Any questions before I start doing the derivation? Please look at the circuit diagram. You want to de-annotate this so that you'll be able to see it again. Okay. I said I1 plus I2 plus I3 is I plus IF, and I'm going to solve it. Have you understood? Can I go to the whiteboard equation?
Yes.
Okay. So if let me just say, if I call this as Vx, I'm going to call this as Vy, just for you, just to differentiate it between V1, V2, and Vd. So just let me go to the, just let me go to whiteboard and I'll start solving this equation. So if you recall the circuit, what's happened? Okay. It is I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IB plus IF. This is your first point. Okay. Now, IB is 0. So this equation becomes I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IF. I'll call this as equation 1. What is V1? Sorry, what is I1? I1 is V1 minus Vy divided by R1. What is I2? It is V2 minus Vy upon R2. What is I3? It is V3 minus Vy divided by R3. And similar manner, what is IF? Is Vy minus V0 divided by RF. So I've defined the current in terms of voltages. Now I'm going to simply substitute all of them as 1. So I'll just write V1 upon R1 because I've assumed Vy is 0 plus V2 upon R2 plus V3 upon R3 is equal to minus V0 upon RF. Okay, so I want to simplify this. I want to get V0 is minus, and I'll put this bracket like that. I've shifted this minus on this side. I've shifted this, I'm going to multiply it. So this is RF upon R1 multiplied by V1 plus RF upon R2 multiplied by V2 plus RF upon R3 multiplied by V3. This is the final of V0. And I'm going to explain this to you in great detail. But this is the final derivation. Please remember this. I'm going to put a star here, and then we are going to draw a couple of inferences. The first inferences is that your output voltage is inverted. It is inverted. Can you see inverted? Inverted is because of the minus sign. Number two, there is a scaling factor. There is a scaling factor for each of the input voltages. What is the scaling factor for V1? It's RF upon R1. What is the scaling factor for V2? It is RF upon R2. What is the scaling factor for V3? It is RF upon R3. So these are the factors by which each of the voltages is amplified. V1 is amplified by RF upon R1. V2 is amplified by RF upon R2. V3 amplified by the factor RF upon R3. So what do you observe from this equation is that your output voltage is inverted. It is not only scaled, but there is also the output voltage is inverted minus it is scaled and each input voltage is scaled at the factor RF upon R1 for V1, RF upon R2 for V2, RF upon R3 for V3, and it is addition. That is why the circuit is called as a summing amplifier. The summing amplifier. Is this very, very clear? I need clarifications, please, before I move ahead. There are a lot of things I'm going to show. Output is scaled, output is inverted, and output is summed. Output voltage is the summation of the three input voltages. Therefore, the circuit is called as summing amplifier, or more specifically, an inverting summing amplifier. Any questions, please?
No, sir.
Absolutely clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the next thing in this equation. Okay. When I go to the next thing in equation, let us say R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to RF is equal to all the resistances are equal. So look at this equation. This equation will be 0 is minus V1 plus V2 plus V3. Please understand this. The ratio RF by R1 is 1 because all the resistances are equal. The ratio RF upon R2 is also 1. The ratio RF upon R3 is also 1. So this is your inverting adder. There is no amplification, but this is your inverting adder. It is the sum of all the three input voltages, V1, V2, V3. This is possible if R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to RF. Put it in other words, four resistances are equal. When all the four resistances are equal, your inverting amplifier works like an adder. It is the sum of the three input voltages, V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, any questions what I have done up to this point of time before I go to the PowerPoint? Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes,
so
sir.
let me now come to the PowerPoint, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes or 2 minutes to understand this circuit before I start. Whatever I have done the derivation, I've shown you how it is a summing amplifier. I've shown you how it is an adder. When all the four resistances are equal, R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to RF, then the circuit works like an adder. Let me move ahead, beta. Okay, please look at the circuit. Take a couple of minutes under this. Look at the derivation. It's an extension of what I have done. I am saying I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IF. So let me just view that slide. I1 plus I2 plus I3 is IB plus IF. Op amp idle, infinite impedance, base current flowing into the op amp 0. So I plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IF. What is I1? It is V1 minus Vy upon R1. Non-inverted terminal grounded, V0. By the concept of virtual ground, Vy also 0. So this equation becomes V1 upon R1. I2 is Vy minus V0 upon Rf. What is I2? V2 minus Vy upon R2. Vx0, virtual ground, Vy0, V2 upon R2. Similarly, I3, V3 upon R3. Look at IF, Vy0 minus V0 upon R0. So current expressed using Ohm's law in terms of voltages. Now, substitute I1, V1 upon R1, substitute I2, V2 upon 2, substitute I3, V3 upon R3, and substitute IF as minus V0 upon RF. Rearrange the equation, V is minus Rf upon R1, that becomes the scaling factor for V1. Rf upon R2 becomes the scaling factor for V2. Rf upon R3 becomes the scaling factor for V3. So output is inverted, scaled, and added. Three things from this equation. Output is inverted, scaled, each input is scaled and added. When all the four resistances are equal, then it is minus V plus V2 plus V3. Okay. So this is the complete derivation, and I'll come back to the next slide now. The circuit shows the non-inverting amplifier with three inputs, V, V2, V3. Depending on the relationship between RF and the three input resistances, we can use the same circuit. Please understand this. I've shown you how it works like summing amplifier, scaling amplifier. I'm going to show you how you can make the same thing as average. How you can make the same circuit as to look like an average. That average is V1 plus V2 plus V3, the whole divided by 3. Okay, so three input voltages are applied to the inverter terminal. These are the three resistors. V1, V2, V3, all are measured with respect to ground, that you are able to see it from the diagram. RF is the feedback resistor connected between output and the inverting terminal. Non-inverting terminal to ground, all this I've told you. This is an amplifier with three inputs. The currents that flow are I1, I2, I3 respectively. And I've shown you this derivation. I've purposely not written it down, but I've shown you this derivation. Give me a minute, beta. Urmina, can I call you back? I'm in the lecture. Yeah, I'll call it about 11:45 or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's the expression for the summing? I've obviously not written the derivation because the derivation I've shown you live on the live board. Okay. The same circuit can also be used as a scaling amplifier. Scaling is also weighted. Scaling is also weighted. What is the weight of V1 RF by R1? What is the weight of V2 RF by R2? What is the weight of V3 RF by R3? Possible if each input voltage is amplified by a adapter. So for example, let us say your RF is 100K. Let's give you an example. What does this mean? Your R1 is 10K. Your R2 is 20K. And your R3 is 50K. So what is RF upon R1? RF upon R1 is 10. What is RF upon R2? It is 5. And what is RF upon R3? It is 2. So R1 is amplified by the factor 10. Sorry, V1 is amplified by the factor of 10. V2 is amplified by the factor of 5. And V3 is amplified by the factor of 2, by the different factor. This can be done if the resistances are not equal to each other but of different values. This is what I've shown you now. Okay. How do you make this circuit as an averaging circuit? You have R1, you have R2, you have R3. So what do you do is R1 is equal to, all this is equal to R. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. So all these three resistances are equal and your RF is R by 3. Your RF is R by 3. So let me just work this out. If you remember, V0 is minus. This is RF upon R1, V1, plus RF upon R2, V2, plus RF upon R3, V3. This was our original equation. Now I want this equation to work like an averaging circuit. So what have I done is, I have said V0 is minus, this becomes R by 3, R is R by 3, RF is R by 3, and this is R, plus R by 3, and this is R, R1, R2, R3, this is R by 3 multiplied by R. Now when you work this out, you will find V0 is, can you see this? This is V, this is V, this is V, or this is V1, this is V2, this is V3. So this becomes V1 by 3. This becomes V2 by 3. R and R cancel. Becomes V3 by 3. Okay. So I can actually take 3 out. I can make it as V0 is, I can write it like that, V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by, obviously there is a negative sign here that I've shown you. So this is the average of the 3 input voltages, V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. So if you make all the 3 input resistors equal and you choose RF, which is equal to R divided by the number of, see basically why 3? Number of inputs. If there were 4 inputs, you would have done R by 4. Just 1 minute, please. Good morning, sir. जी सर बोलिए सर. हाँ 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 मैं उसको बोलता हूँ आपको फोन करे सर 1 घंटे. उसको वापस बुलाने को सर. ठीक है सर. मेरे को सर एक सर खाली मैं लेक्चर में हूँ सर, 12 बजे लेक्चर होता है. मैं आपको, हाँ तो सर मैं पंजाल का नंबर आपको टेक्स्ट करता हूँ, पंजाल से बात करता हूँ, तो आपसे बात करेगा सर. ठीक है. अच्छा फोन, मैं उसको बोलता हूँ कि 1 बजे फोन करे. अच्छा ठीक है, मैं उसको बोलते हैं. ठीक है सर. Okay, so R1 equal to R2 is equal to 3 is R. RF is R by 3. So this is the answer that you get. RF is R by 3. So this is what you get. V0 is this equation. Any on how do you make it as an averaging circuit? Okay. How do you make it as an averaging circuit? Any questions, please?
No, sir.
Okay, so what we do is we'll stop the lecture here better today because I finished the averaging circuit. Next lecture after Diwali, we will begin the non-inverting adder. I'll show you the circuit diagram that I have here because I want to show something here so that I can do the non-inverting adder. Once we finish non-inverting adder, there are 3 more applications or 4 more applications left. We have an op-amp as a subtractor. Just have an adder, we have a subtractor. They have op-amp that is used as a differentiator. So the output is the derivative of the input. Then we have op-amp integrator. So the op is the it is an integral of the input. And the last thing that we have is op-amp as a comparator. A comparator basically compares the voltages at the input. So this is this is the scenario. So after we do this, we finish one of the major topics in the course, that is the operational amplifier. What is remaining in this unit after this is oscillator. Oscillators is comparatively small as compared to the op-amps, because I've also introduced you to the concept of negative feedback and positive feedback here. So this one unit that we are talking about comprises of operational amplifiers plus oscillators. The next unit that we are talking about will have basically the concept of transistors and amplifiers. So not much, but we need to finish the 2 units, and I'll first start solving the problems next time on inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, inverting amplifier. Voltage follower problems are very simple. So we will start solving problems for summing amplifier, inverting. I'll show you 1 or 2 problems, how do you work, and then we will go ahead and talk about comparator, integrator, differentiator, and subtractor. Okay. Have a nice weekend and very happy Diwali to all of you. In case I am not able to take any other lecture, all of you are aware that from 12th to the 18th of November, as of today, you have vacations. So please take care and have a safe Diwali. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Happy Diwali.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Beta.
sir.
Happy Diwali,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Happy
Diwali, sir. Thank
Diwali.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Same to you, Beta. Same to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye. All the best.
Bye, sir.
All the best.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Same to you.